We read in 1 Chronicles 18 that David administered justice and equity to all his people. Let's think a little bit about justice and equity in the Bible. There's a lot of talk these days calling for social justice. Social justice is the fair treatment of all in society and has come to include rights for minorities and resources being distributed equally. For example, schools get money from property taxes, so the wealthy in their big homes pay big taxes and their schools get big money. Poor areas have little homes and pay little taxes and their schools get little money. Now, governments do try and give aid to poor schools, but it's an example of inequity. Many issues are really divided more along wealthy-poor lines than racial lines. But that's not what gets the attention always. And there's a need to make changes in the way we help the poor, but again, that's not what always gets the attention. The Bible has a lot to say about helping the poor. Don't shun ministries that are fulfilling biblical commands to care for the poor, widowed, orphaned, because you think it's not spiritual work. The sheep and the goats aren't separated by their belief in Jesus, but in how they took care of others. What does it mean that David administered justice and equity? The word equity in this verse really means rightness. It's usually translated justice or righteousness, which are the same word in Hebrew, and justice and righteousness are used interchangeably by translators. David conquered peoples and used them as servants. This isn't equity as many would think of it. But David did what was just, which means what was right in the eyes of the Lord, the only one who knows, truly, right from wrong. David made the right decisions. How was he able to do that? He relied on the Lord. He turned to the Lord. He acknowledged the Lord in all he did. The Lord was his God. He was chosen and blessed. The only chance for justice is the just one. Jesus is the way to equity. In him there is no male or female, slave nor free. We are all one, by the wonder-working power of the blood of the cross of Christ. That's God's justice and equity.